Welcome to At the Coolidge. I'm Tim Jackson, and we are talking about the film Choke, based on a Chuck Palahniuk book and directed by Clark Gregg. And I'm speaking with Craig MacNeil, who is a songwriter, archivist,
Yes.
filmmaker.
Sure.
Yeah, filmmaker. Archivist of what?
Various medias.
Okay. Musician, and also play drums. You play
Yes.
drums as well.
In addition to being a musician, I play drums.
Yeah, right. Musician and drummer.
That's right. Thank you.
So I read Choke
Uh-huh.
by Palahniuk. I don't know if this is one of his high books or his low books. Is this high Palahniuk or low Palahniuk? Pardon the pun, but it is a nasty piece of work.
Yeah, I imagine. I
It's,
imagine.
and it's a messy book,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the film actually finds all those elements of the story and consolidates them really well.
So it's messy in the way that there's a lot of loose ends, or
Well, I haven't read a lot of Chuck Palahniuk.
Nor have I.
Yeah, so I don't really. I think that's his appeal.
Mhm.
Is it's very discursive,
Mhm.
and a lot of different themes and plots are all happening at the same time. And then my question with the film is, how are they working together? I mean, basically, it's Sam Rockwell, and he's a sex addict,
right?
and he's taking care of his mother, Angelica Houston, in an old age home.
And their relationship is very bizarre
Very
because
strange.
and it's even hard. It takes you about at least 20, 30 minutes into the movie to get at the true nature of the strangeness of the relationship. It's not
Yeah.
just she was mean or difficult. She was absent, and he was with foster parents. And
Or was he kidnapped? Because there's flashbacks,
right.
and he's in a boat, and he sees himself on a milk carton.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every kid's nightmare.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
This isn't
Yeah.
really my mother. I'm
Yeah.
a foundling, or something like that.
Well,
or
and
so
that would be an understandable fear of his, I suppose.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
that time
And the
too.
reason he's a sex addict then is because he never had the opportunity to connect with anybody. And I suppose that must be one of the real basis of people who claim to be sex addicts.
That the overall numbness, and the character addresses that at a certain point. And there's also this thing where the film gets the title from Choke, where he, not to spoil anything, but I think
No, I don't
it
think
comes over in like the first 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
He sort of induces, what do you call that? Asphyxiation or something? Like
Well,
when you
he-
choke on food. When
yeah,
you
so
choke on food and
people have
someone
to give
saves
you
you. The Heimlich.
The Heimlich.
I know that term, the Heimlich maneuver, and so he stages that so he's given the Heimlich maneuver by some stranger in a public place to attain a few minutes of pure rescue.
Right.
So something that he apparently never felt with his mother, because
And then
it's
when
always
they feel like saviors, he hustles them for money.
exactly right. So right, so he
To take care of his mother in the old age home.
right.
Right.
In addition to the other funds he garners from working at the colonial reenactment
Reenactor.
village.
He's a reenactor.
He's a reenactor.
A colonial reenactor. So what we said when we came out of it was there's something about authenticity. I mean,
Right.
the overall theme is about authenticity.
Mhm.
And then when you were saying he doesn't feel anything, he's numb, I think, okay, so this is like Fight Club. They're
Yeah,
punching each other
exactly.
so they can get past the numbness.
Mhm.
So I think what Palahniuk is doing overall with this somehow is trying to cut through the haze of inauthentic life that a generation feels, that you can't trust anything, you don't really know anything, you're out of touch with everything. And how can I get back? Punch me. Sleep with me.
Visceral,
Yeah, visceral
intense moments of truth.
Right.
And that's the
Intense
only thing that exists, or then that's what you're searching for. And yeah, exactly. The reenactment. It's this. It seems laughable when you first see it, but then it makes more sense in that context.
In that context, exactly.
Yeah, and also another theme that is also from Fight Club or similar, the 12-step groups, the the addiction and sort of like the knowing of the other people and sort of their interactions in the group, and you don't get there's not a clear statement, I don't think, on what his feeling about the 12-step groups are, but they're definitely a presence, and there's some
Yeah,
kind of thing in there. Because
He doesn't seem to make the judgments. He doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there'll be one character who is getting an obvious boost or lift or help from that, and then everyone else seems
And
you
it
don't
might be
know
Joel
about.
Gray, who's the head of the group.
Yeah, right. That's
It's
another
hard to
surprise. Yeah,
recognize Joel Gray.
there's no dancing, sadly, but
That's for, well, and they never participate in the 12-step sex addiction program because he's always off sleeping with the nymphomaniac from
Exactly.
the group in the bathroom
Yeah.
during the meeting.
the 12-step group turns out to be somewhat a convenient place to meet up for a couple of the participants.
Yeah, yeah. And so probably, I think one of the things that really makes this film is that Sam Rockwell
Is
is so
phenomenal.
unbelievable.
Yeah, he's terrific. He's so great. He's so great, and it's a completely different performance from his Chuck Barris
Yeah,
and anything else.
Or
that,
our Winter, the one he did about, we reviewed it on this whole show. Winter, forget the name of it now.
I remember that Winter. I love that. That's a good one.
Gordon Green's film. Anyway, he's
Okay, yeah.
amazing in that, amazing. And he's great in a whole other way here, whereas you can feel sort of his trouble, his naivete, his humor. It's all there, and it allows you to empathize with a fairly despicable character.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Confused, but he makes it funny.
He does. He makes it funny, and he makes you like his character and root for his character too, which is essential too. Because if you didn't like him at all, it would really be a hard slog to get through the movie. Or care about the other characters. And there's actually a fair amount of unlikable people. Characters.
Like everybody.
Yeah, everybody
has no idea who they are.
Right, and then there's little glimpses where you see past that curtain, and you sort of, oh, okay, you can understand them or relate to them on some level, on a human level.
There's the woman that he's forced to, or he's hired to have rape her in a rape scenario. Nothing real happens anywhere.
None of it.
Nobody is anything that they seem in the movie. By the end, you see all this stuff play itself out, which you don't have to give away.
Oh, right.
But there's just layer upon layer of unreality.
Unreality, and also one of the other themes we were discussing was that the theme of sort of who you are in society is determined by others' perceptions of you, and whether or not if you believe in that or others' perceptions, if people need that to sort of form their own identity, and once that's taken away, so just as a basic way, if
what validates you?
What validates you? Yeah, and if you think you're a bad person, if someone thinks you're good, does that throw you off? That's sort of a dumbed down version of one of the things they say in it.
And you tie it into Fight Club. That's a Fight Club thing too, where the ending of Fight Club is all about, have we been in reality here at all?
Sure, and again, the whole identity thing.
And this is only the second time that Chuck Palahniuk has had a movie made about from one of his books.
Right.
And I think they expect that whatever it is that appeals in those books, I think probably comes through this movie.
I think it does, definitely. And the flavor of it's completely different.
Completely different.
Wildly different. I mean, and the director, the first-time director, Clark Gregg, he did a terrific job, and he's in the movie. And but it doesn't feel like a first-time effort, but it has a whole different vibe from Fight Club. It's very.
And he wrote it too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did this.
Yeah, he decided this was something that needed to be written. I don't know what possessed him to think that book had to, had to be written. And I bought it at a yard sale for $1 from someone whose husband couldn't take it. She said, "No, we're selling that for $1 because my husband thought it was very disturbing."
I think I might have read an excerpt of it in like Rolling Stone, and I just was put off. I felt that I didn't want to have another American Psycho experience where I read the book and was creeped out.
Oh,
but,
well, that's really over